lovelies, welcome back to another video. So this video is going to be really interesting. We have a mukbang. Yes, we've gone with pizza. I haven't done a pizza mukbang yet, so I was like, it's got to be done. But at the same time, I'm going to be doing like a girl talk, girl advice kind of thing for you guys and gals. As usual, all the questions have been asked over on my Instagram. So this is all like taboo topics and advice and questions and stuff asked by you guys. So hopefully it'll be like really informative and really useful for you guys. Like this is the whole point of these videos. It's like a big sis kind of vibe. But first things first, let's have a slice of pizza because I am starving Marvin. My name's Hank Marvin. I feel like I'm a really good person to eat pizza with because I don't like the garlic dip, you know. And I know you're going to be like, what? Shock. Yeah, I don't like it, so I feel like loads of people like to eat pizza for me because they get like extra garlic dip. Of course, this is my favourite cheese stuffed crust with what am I talking about? Cheese pizza with cheese stuffed crust. Usually I get extra cheese, but I didn't this time because it's got to be a tiny bit healthy, you know. It's got to be a tiny bit healthy. If you don't know already, cheese is my favourite food. I love cheese so much. Now, I won't lie to you guys, it is breakfast time. But you know what? We're not judging. If I want pizza for breakfast, or if you guys want pizza for breakfast, go and eat pizza. I was going to be like, my excuses, but no. I've got no excuse. I just wanted pizza for breakfast. And I wanted pizza for this video, so... so good! Always find with Papa John's as well, they like slap on the cheese. But anyway guys, I'm gonna finish off this slice and let's get into the video. Okay, I've been searching for this post on Instagram for time and I finally found it. Okay, so first question is, this is so good as well, like I've got so much to say on this. Thoughts on making friends online and socialising online for the work for home girls and guys out there. This is so good. You know what? I feel like there's this like weird stigma and like taboo kind of like thing around making friends when you're older. Like I've like heard in conversation loads, and when I've been speaking to just like people that I meet like on jobs and stuff like that, that they find it really weird when you kind of like make really good mates with someone when you're kind of like out of college, like out of uni maybe. Like, oh, they're not a proper friend though because they haven't been around for like years and years and years. Like I don't know, just a lot of people have said to me that like, no, they don't count as like a proper friend. Like it's just someone that you just met, you can't get to know them and stuff like that. I don't know whether you guys have experienced this. And certainly when like I've made friends through like jobs and I've spoken about it to other friends like, oh, I'm gonna meet up with so and so, and they're like, who? Like what? Like this is new. And they like question me about it and they're like, why would you go on a night out with them? Like you don't even know them and stuff like that. And I'm like, I'm getting to know them. Like we get on like a house on fire. We're gonna be great friends. We're gonna be besties. Just let us vibe together. Like it's just such a weird thing. And I feel like naturally as well, like as you get older, you kind of like get distant with other friends, or like you grow into like a different person that you were in like high school or college, primary school, whenever you met them, and you just lose friends. Not necessarily there has to be like any beef between you two, but maybe you've just like, maybe you just don't vibe with each other as well as you did like before. So you kind of like go off on different paths. So I do think you lose a lot of friends as you get older. So and it is really important to have quality over quantity. One has to be quality over quantity, but certainly if you meet an amazing friend, you know, in your 20s, in your 30s, why can't they be your best friend? So certainly making friends online I think is amazing. I don't know why there's a stigma against it, and I don't know why people would be shaming you for making friends online, because that's absolutely amazing, especially during a pandemic. Like you can't go out and socialise. Like at the moment when you can go out, you have to stick to your table, you have to stick to your friends who you go out with. It's not like you can go over and speak to other people anyway. Like it is quite hard to make new friends at this time. So yeah, definitely recommend, you know, messaging someone on Instagram or Twitter or, you know, whatever social media you have, and you know, sparking up a conversation, seeing if you vibe. You know, I feel like a lot of people have another stigma that girls are like really bitching, not gonna respond to you. Like if someone messaged me and sent me like a really nice message and was like, yo, like I want to be friends, I'd be like, hell yes girl, like I'd absolutely love that. And I feel like most girls would as well, as long as you're not weird about it. But yeah, I think we need to break through that stigma, and there's no harm in having more friends as long as we're vibing, and as long as, you know, they have the same sort of like priorities and mindset as you. Like, it's all good, it's all Gucci. The stuffed crust. I don't understand how people can get pizza and not have stuffed crust. Like, it genuinely baffles me. Who remembers the hot dog stuffed crust though? I can't remember whether that was Pizza Hut or Domino's, but who remembers that? Oh, that was to die for. Like, I almost, like, it was on par with cheese stuffed crust, do you know what I mean? So good. I've had a lot of people say like they've been single for a long time and they don't know where to begin, or they've tried lots of things and like it's not working. So let's talk a little bit of being single and, you know, trying to find a little bit of love. Now, I'm not a love guru and I haven't been single in a long time. A long time. So I'm probably maybe not the best person to speak to about this. Like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know like what's the new sort of like things, but like obviously you have like dating websites and dating apps. Like, it's become like the big thing, like the new thing, like how to meet someone you go on a dating app. And I assume if you've been single for a long time, you've probably tried them, but I would say it could be down to things like maybe your profile isn't approachable. Like, you know, if you, let's say like you've been using the same photo for about, I don't know, 5, 6, 7+ years, maybe it's about time you take a new photo, you know, like maybe like spice up your profile a little bit more to get new photos, maybe change your bio a little bit more, because something isn't working and it's definitely not going to be you, because everyone is a catch in some way, shape or form. Like, there is someone out there for everyone, right? There is someone that's going to find you attractive, find you funny, love your humour, love your personality. So it's certainly not going to be you. It's probably what you're putting on your profile. So considering dating apps and dating websites are like such a big thing, like that's probably where I'd start. Just change up your profile a little bit and see if that works. See if you're getting like a few more people interested, right? Now, when we can go out, talk to people, of course I always recommend being yourself. Like, there's no point pretending to be something that you're not, because if they are interested in that, they're not going to be interested in you. And when you do kind of like show your actual personality, like, of course that's not what they liked, so that's not gonna work, end of story. So always be yourself. And I would say like maybe like mindset is a really good thing. Like, I suppose the worst that's gonna happen, like if you go out and speak to like a girl or a guy, it's gonna be, they're gonna be like, oh sorry, I'm not interested. That's all it's gonna be. So play around a little bit. Just think, just know that could probably be an outcome. So you're aware of it. It's not like you're going to be thrown in the deep end. It's not like you're going to be surprised about what she's going to say. So just go for it. Like, be confident, maybe spice things up a little bit. Like, instead of going up and being like, oh hey, like you look nice, can I have your number? Maybe say something a little bit different. Personally, like if I think back, like the thing that really gets me would be like humour. Like, I'm really attracted to someone's humour. So, you know, if you've got like a little quirk or something like that, like show it, you know. Like, girls don't want just like all looks and all body, do you know what I mean? So if you do have some really cool humour, or you have like a really cool quirk, show it. It's like, you're gonna stand out, girls gonna love it, and it could lead to something amazing. It's not like the situation is gonna be any different anyway, even if it did turn out bad. But you're gonna be in the exact same position as you were before you tried, so give it a go. Right guys, so the next like topic that I want to talk about is like heavy and painful periods. I've got a lot of people talk about this the last time I did it, but I just got carried away and I didn't talk about it. So I really want to talk about like how I deal with period pains, and like what other people have told me, like friends and family that have told me that help them as well. So it's really weird, like sometimes mine are really bad and sometimes mine are fine. It literally just depends. I feel like when I was on the pill, mine were a lot better. And I know a few of my friends have specifically gone on a type of pill, whether it's like a mini pill or whatever, to actually help with their period pains. And if their period is quite like heavy, like it's really helped. So I do recommend looking into that, but obviously the pill comes with lots of other side effects, so that's something to really discuss with your doctor and like research and learn, and to see like weigh up the pros and cons to see whether that's like a route that you want to go down, because it's not necessarily going to work, but it has worked for me and it has worked with a bunch of my friends as well. Now that I've come off the pill, I get a lot more period pains now, and it's just like, it's just worse. it's just worse like not being on the pill. I find like having a hot water bottle or like a heating pad, something like that, is really good. So when I have really bad like stomach cramps or like stomach pains, if I put heat on my stomach, oh, it really eases the pain. So if you haven't tried that before, try it. Absolutely try it. And I'm not saying that it's going to go completely, but it will certainly ease the pain. Now surprisingly, I would say things like exercise and yoga sometimes like helps me. I mean, sometimes the last thing that I'm thinking is to go out and go to the gym or do a bit of exercise, but yoga and stretching and like exercise in general helps boost like endorphins and stuff like that, which makes you feel good. So, and yoga helps to relieve stress, and I feel like when we're on our periods, ladies, we're stressed, right? Like we are stressed to the max. So maybe if you haven't tried like yoga before, and I know a lot of people are like, yeah, that's not my thing. It's not my thing either, to be honest, but it really does help. Like it really helps. Like if you're someone who is very stressed, even like the week before or the week after, you know, it's not just like a week-long thing for us. Maybe just try it. Maybe even if it's just like once a week or once or twice a week, like give it a go. And if it doesn't work for you, hey, at least you're giving it a go. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I find sometimes as soon as like I push myself to get up in the mornings, because I usually wake up with like really bad pains. But then when I get to the gym and when I get going, I feel like so much better afterwards. And I'm sure that's not going to be for everyone, because I know a lot of people are going to be like, hell nah, not doing that. But if you are someone who exercises regularly or semi-regularly anyway, give it a go, because maybe that might be something that does help. I would recommend like maybe thinking about more about your diet. And like if you are taking like supplements, maybe the supplements that you're taking, like I sometimes take like vitamin tablets. But if you do have a really heavy period, you are losing a lot of blood, which means you are losing a lot of iron. Maybe eat foods which are high in iron. Also vitamin C is really good for you as well. Lastly, the obvious, but keep hydrated and rest a lot. Like it's okay that the week of your period or however long your period is for, to do less. Like that's okay. Like if you need to go to bed early, go to bed early. If you need to have a nap, if you want to get up later, whatever it is, like if your body is telling you to do it, do it. Like just be mindful of what your body is saying to you, and make sure to hydrate a lot. Like keeping hydrated is going to stop you from getting like the extra pains, like the headaches, and you don't want to be having all of this on top of your period pains, right? So they're obviously, I say obviously, but we all like make the mistake to like overwork ourselves, or like we forget to like drink a lot, do you know what I mean? So yeah, just be mindful of what your body is telling you. At the same time though, if your body is telling you to get a fat pizza, get a fat pizza. Do you know what I mean? Like just be mindful. Okay, so I'm not going to talk too much about this one because I'm not a guy, so I don't know. But I've had a guy actually put, he actually started it by saying, guys, if you're losing your hair, don't comb over, shave it off, you will look better, and not all girls care for hair. Now obviously guys worry a lot about like the receding hairline, or you know, if their hair like is thinning, they don't want to go bald, because yeah, I think a lot of guys think girls want guys with hair, but like, do you know what, like that's not even like a big deal for me. Like I wouldn't really care if a guy is bald or not. Like that's not really something that I look at. But this guy certainly thinks that the comb over is not the way to go, and I suppose it is personal preference. Like if you're insecure, you're gonna want to do it, right? Like that's completely up to you. But I suppose don't feel the need to do it, because one, it's completely up to you and what you want, and two, honestly, I think most girls just don't even care. Like if that's what you're concerned about, like girls liking if you've got hair or not, we don't care. I'm just gonna tell you straight, we do not care. I mean, don't get me wrong, I can't speak for everyone. There's gonna be some girls that do not like the look of bald guys, but come on now, we're not 18 anymore. I don't care, and I'm pretty sure a lot of girls are not going to care. So one for the guys, don't worry about it, it's fine. Do you know what is really interesting? On my first girl talk advice video and this one, I get so many people asking questions and wanting advice about like friendship type things. So I've already done one, but I'm going to do another one. So someone said, if a friend has taken advantage of your generosity, cut ties with them. They only care for themselves. 1,000,000%. Like, I like to think that I try and give my all to my friends. So if they need anything, I will be there, whether that's like a phone call, or like they need cheering up with like chocolate, sweets, maybe they need drinks. Like if I can, like I'll send them like little cute things, like let's go out, let's stay in, let's do a pamper night. I will be here to talk to you for like 12 hours straight. Like that's the sort of person that I like to be for my friends. But don't get me wrong, like if I was that person for one of my friends and they weren't being like that for me, like if I was gonna give them so much of my energy and time, and then like they would give me nothing, then they are leeching off me, they are trying to sponge off me, and it's whoa, hold on a second, look at that slice of pizza. So I had to comment on that, that is huge. Yeah, they're just in it for themselves. They're selfish, they don't really care about you, they're kind of using you because you give so much to them and because you benefit them so much. So 100%, like, don't be worried to cut ties with your friends. And I think a lot of people think, oh, because they've been around in my life for so long, like, I should forgive them, or like, oh, I can't like not be friends with them because like I've known them since I was like 10. When, do you know what I mean? Like, let's not be silly. Like, if they're acting that way, cut them out your life. And if that's not the tea, that's not the tea. This is a massive slice of pizza. Probably those to my head. Now halfway through my pizza. Okay. Okay, we've got views on tattoos. Now, I don't get why this would still be like a taboo subject, to be honest, but I know especially in like the workplace it is. But I just don't understand. First of all, it's your body, and emphasis your, because it's not anyone else's, it's not your parents, it's not your partners, it's not your friends, it's not your managers, it's your body. So if you want to ink yourself, ink yourself. If you want to have one tattoo, if you want to have your whole body covered in tattoos, it's your body. Like, what? It really really confuses me how it's like still a thing. And in the workplace as well, like, I get to a certain point you've got to, for certain jobs, that you've got to be professional, but then I think it doesn't affect how you are, it doesn't affect how you perform in a job. And considering it's like not, it's not like it's a rare thing, it's not like it's uncommon, like, I feel like almost like every other person will have like a type of tattoo, right? Like, I feel like it's more common to have a tattoo now than it is to not have a tattoo. So why would it be unprofessional to a point where if someone walks in to like a bank, for example, they're going to be like, I'm going to change banks because that person's got a tattoo? Because they would just go out and see like 20 people walk past with a tattoo. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm not seeing something here, but like, it generally does baffle me. Like, we're not in the 1920s anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like, come on, there's bigger pressing matters to be concerned about. But yeah, I think they're sick. Like, I love what they look like. I love that. And most people have like little meanings behind them, but like no one really knows it apart from you and your closest friends. And sometimes I walk past and I kind of think like, oh, I wonder if that tattoo has a meaning on this person. Like, I just find it really really interesting and really really cool. Okay, we're gonna finish with a banger. We're gonna finish with cheap date ideas. Now, this isn't like a taboo subject, obviously, but this is a great question for people who have been either starting a new relationship or going out on dates and they don't know what to do. And obviously during the pandemic, come on, let's be honest, like, none of us have like a lot of money, or maybe you've been together so long you kind of like run out of ideas. Okay, well, let's have a little think. Now, something that's like completely free and like really really romantic and really nice is stargazing. I feel like a lot of people don't do this anymore, but like, yeah, one night when it's like a really really clear sky, just get some blankets, get some pillows, maybe get some snacks, or on the way pop to go get a like hot chocolate or something like that, and then go somewhere where it's like a little bit secluded, where there's like not many lights outside, like lampposts, where there's not going to be many cars. Find like a really really nice place, and maybe you can call it like your spot, so it's like even cuter. And just lay on the bonnet. Well, you can lay on the bonnet or you can lay on the floor, like if it's like a nice sort of like area, who knows, and just watch the stars. I think it's so nice. And maybe you can have like some really nice deep chats, or you can sit there in silence, like whatever you're comfortable with, and like see if there's any shooting stars. Like, I've done this like a bunch of times. It's one of my favorite things, and I surprisingly almost always see a shooting star. Make a wish, of course. It's just so cute, so romantic, and it's basically completely free unless you want to go out and get any snacks or hot chocolate or something. Of course, there's always go for a picnic, which is more of like a summer idea, so you don't have to buy anything too expensive. Maybe just a few little like picky type foods, or maybe you want to make some sandwiches, getting like an ice lolly. If you guys put even like £5 in each, or like £5 to £10 in each, you could actually get like a nice little selection of foods. Go to a park or go somewhere really nice, you know, bring a little blanket. Even if you want to go like a little bit extra, maybe get like a little can of alcohol or something like that. And yeah, just sit and have a picnic and vibe and have a laugh. I mean, you can even go as far as maybe like get some nuts and feed like the squirrels or something like that. Just something really really cute. That's another really nice cheap date idea. This I actually find surprisingly really really fun. I know this is probably not everyone's cup of tea, but also don't judge before you go, because I think it is really really fun. But how about bingo? Now obviously bingo is like, you think it's for like the older generation, but it is so I absolutely love it. You can go for free. There's like days that you go for free, or there's days where you pay like £5 and you get like more for your money. It's so fun. I get really excited when I go, like when you get really close to winning and you like whisper to each other, because obviously you've got to be quiet, like, so you like whisper to each other and you're like, oh, I'm 1 away, like I'm 2 away. Like I just find it so fun. And I feel like as well, like even like if you do like silly ideas like this, if you go with the person that you love, like you just make it fun together. Do you know what I mean? Okay, arcades. Now I'm lucky enough to be quite close to the arcades, so you might have to drive out a little bit for this. Though I feel like a lot of places like have like a mini arcades anyway. But this would be really cute as well, like if you don't go that often. Again, you don't have to spend that much money, £5 to £10 or even less. You know, you could go with like £2 worth of 2Ps and have great fun. Like literally, like there's times I've got actually just gone for free. There's so much to do there. There's like rides, there's penny machines, you can win teddies for each other, like, do you know, or you can just go and get like an ice cream. Anything like that is so fun and it's so cheap, so I really recommend doing that. Like it's really fun. And then another idea I would say, like going on like rowing boats, if you know what I mean. So again, you might have to travel maybe slightly out if you don't have like sort of like a boat area. But I'm pretty sure they've got like some like all over like London, and it's not that badly priced as well. Like I want to say it might be like £10 or maybe £10 to £15, something like that. And you can go like in your own little boat. You probably, I mean, if you want, you can get separate ones if you find that like more fun. But yeah, you can go in like a little boat together and you like row down like a certain area. There are like certain places where you can stop off and get like a pub lunch and then go back in and like start rowing again. And you don't even have to do it for that long. Like if you're worried about like, oh my god, can I even do it? Like you can just do it for half an hour or an hour, and it's really fun. Like I was a bit like skeptical when I first did it, but I actually ended up enjoying myself so much, and it's now one of my favourite things to do. Like I really like going on the boats and having like a little row. Now I don't know whether you guys have like heard about this, but they actually have kind of like across the UK like board game cafes. This is such a sick idea. I mean, I love playing board games, and yeah, so you can go out and it's so cheap. I think the one that I go to is like £2 maybe, or like £3 per person for maybe like, I don't know, it might be something like £2 for an hour and then £3 for a full day or something like that. It is crazy cheap, and then you get the pick out of so many board games. Like the whole shop, like the whole cafe is filled with like really old board games, the new board games. Like it's just crazy. It's like you're a kid again, and like you can pick as many, you know, as long as like you've paid, like say if you paid for an hour, you can play as many board games as you want for the hour. So you can like play loads of different, you know, if you get bored of one you can pick another one. So if you're someone who really likes playing games and like old school board games, like I really recommend going with like your partner. Like it's so fun. So I'm sure there's going to be loads of different ones or loads of different names, but if you're unsure, just type in Google like board game cafes, or the one that I've gone to is called Ludicrous, so maybe just type in that, because I don't know whether it's a chain or if it's just a one-off sort of like cafe, I'm not too sure, but just for like a little bit of a reference. And then lastly, I mean, I could go on and on about like day ideas, because I feel like I just know so many. Like I love going out and doing things, but I'm going to cut it short and say mini golf. Mini golf, I mean, most mini golfs are cheap. There are like some in like the bigger cities which are a bit more expensive. So like, you know, if you don't have that much money, then maybe just look how much it is before you go in, because I know some of the London ones are mad expensive. But like for example, I've been to one which costs like £2 I think, but then I've also spent like £20 on a mini golf before, so it really does depend. But mini golf is so fun. Literally, again, I know I keep saying this, but it's one of my favourite things to do. I love mini golf. Short thing to do for a date as well. So especially like if you're new to dating, you can kind of like do that for like half an hour to an hour or something like that. Just like a small kind of like mini activity. It's not awkward as well, because you're constantly doing something. Like you don't have to worry about sort of like face to face, sitting down at a restaurant trying to find things to talk about. You can have like a little bit of fun and get to know each other before maybe going for some food or whatever, some drinks. So I think little date ideas like this is really cool to kind of like go and do. So that's it for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the girl talk / advice, and I really hope you found it helpful and useful. I would love to hear your guys' opinions in the comment section down below, whether it's the same as mine or different. I really like to hear what you've got to say, and of course if there's anything that you do want to talk about on part 3, then hit me up and let me know. There's always going to be a post over on Instagram, so make sure you give me a follow. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and give me a subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys in the next video. Mwah. Take care. Bye guys.